The charts are whispering a new trend, and somewhere in the background, a massive wallet just made its move. What's happening with Shiba Inu? Let's break it down. Analysts warn Shiba Inu faces declining burn rate and mixed on-chain signals at 2025's close, with markets now watching for what comes next. Analysts are dropping their alerts, whales are moving silently. But what am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Please note that by the time you see this video, some rates may have changed. Financial advice is not included in this video. According to reports, the Shiba Inu ecosystem is facing a critical juncture as 2025 draws to a close. While the community has long relied on the token burn mechanism to drive scarcity and value, recent data suggests that this strategy may be losing its effectiveness. This matters because the burn rate is a primary psychological driver for retail investors, and a significant decline can lead to a shift in market sentiment. For a project that has built its identity around a massive deflationary supply, any sign of a slowdown in token destruction is met with intense scrutiny from both technical analysts and long-term holders. The background of this concern is rooted in the broader market's transition toward utility-based valuation, where simple supply reduction is no longer enough to sustain a multi-billion-dollar market cap. As we analyze the latest on-chain metrics, it becomes clear that Shiba Inu is at a crossroads, balancing its meme coin heritage with its aspirations for a more mature, functional ecosystem. As per on-chain data, the Shiba Inu burn rate has experienced a dramatic collapse in the last 24 hours. Data shows that the burn rate has plummeted by over 90%, with only approximately 1 million tokens sent to dead wallets during this period. This development comes at a time when the community was expecting an end-of-year surge in activity. Instead, the data shows a significant cooling off, which some analysts attribute to a lack of major ecosystem events or burn parties that typically drive these numbers. While the broader market remains focused on the potential for a New Year's rally, the specific deterioration of supply-side signals within the Shiba Inu network has caught the attention of major data providers. The event is further complicated by mixed signals from other on-chain metrics, such as exchange outflows and active address counts, which do not always align with the bearish burn data. This lack of consensus among the indicators has left many traders in a state of wait and see as they look for a more definitive trend to emerge before the 2026 roadmap begins. Community trackers show that Shiba Inu is trading at 741 units at the time of this report. This represents a relatively flat performance compared to yesterday, as the market struggles to digest the conflicting data. The token has failed to stabilize above its recent range high, and supply signals continue to deteriorate. The 24-hour trading volume currently stands at approximately $96 million, reflecting a muted holiday market with thin liquidity. The total market cap of Shiba Inu remains at over $4.3 billion, but the lack of upward momentum is causing concern among short-term traders. The price is currently testing key support levels, and a failure to hold these could lead to a further slide toward the 700 units mark. The market's reaction to the declining burn rate has been one of cautious skepticism, with many investors choosing to stay on the sidelines until the technical picture clears up. This stagnation is a sharp contrast to the volatility seen earlier in the year, suggesting that the token is entering a phase of consolidation or potential reevaluation by the broader market. As per on-chain data, the exact drop in the burn rate was recorded at 90.31% over the last 24 hours, with only 1,066,266 tokens burned. This is a significant departure from the billions of tokens that were being destroyed during peak periods of activity. However, other data provides a counter-narrative, showing that exchange outflows have actually increased, which typically signals accumulation and reduced selling pressure. This creates a mixed signal environment where the supply is being reduced through burns at a slower rate, but tokens are also being moved into private wallets for long-term holding. On-chain metrics also show that the number of large transactions, those over $100,000, has decreased by 15%, suggesting that whales may be taking a break during the holiday season. Technical indicators, like the RSI, are currently neutral, hovering around 50, which confirms the lack of a clear trend. The MACD is also showing a flattening histogram, further reinforcing the idea that Shiba Inu is in a period of low momentum consolidation. This confluence of data points to a market that is searching for a new catalyst, as the old drivers of price action appear to be losing their potency. Analysts note that the implications of a declining burn rate extend far beyond the immediate price action. Reports suggest that Shiba Inu may be losing its appeal as a long-term investment for those who were solely focused on the deflationary narrative. The implication here is that the ecosystem must now prove its value through utility and adoption, rather than just supply manipulation. If the burn rate continues to stay at these low levels, the psychological floor for the token could be weakened, making it more susceptible to external market shocks. However, the increase in exchange outflows suggests that smart money may still be accumulating, betting on a future recovery or the success of the upcoming Layer 3 developments. The consensus among technical analysts is that the next few weeks are critical for Shiba Inu to establish a new support level and regain the trust of the retail community. From a broader perspective, the mixed signals reflect the growing pains of a project that is trying to transition from a meme coin to a legitimate financial platform. The long-term success of this transition will depend on the developer's ability to deliver on their roadmap and create genuine demand for the token within the Shibarium ecosystem. Social media activity has been a mix of frustration and holiday cheer. While some members of the Shiba Inu army are expressing concern over the dead burn activity, others are focused on the long-term vision. Marketing leads have been active on platforms, emphasizing that the ecosystem's maturity is a process and hinting at upcoming supply signal improvements. These hints are intended to reassure the community that the current slowdown is temporary and part of a larger strategic shift. On forums, the debate over the effectiveness of the burn mechanism has intensified, with some users calling for more aggressive community-led burns. Developers have remained focused on the technical side, providing updates on the progress of Shibarium and the integration of new features. This heads-down approach is seen by some as a sign of confidence, while others view it as a lack of engagement during a period of market uncertainty. The overall sentiment within the community remains resilient, but there is a clear demand for more transparency and a clearer explanation for the recent drop in on-chain activity. In the short term, specifically the next week, investors should watch the 700 units support level and the 859 units resistance level. A break in either direction will likely set the tone for the first month of 2026. Long-term forecasts from market analysts suggest that Shiba Inu performance will be heavily tied to the broader altcoin season and the success of its Layer 3 plans. Over the next 3 months to 3 years, the focus will remain on whether the burn rate can be revitalized through automated mechanisms within the Shibarium network. If the ecosystem can successfully integrate burns into every transaction, the scarcity factor could once again become a major driver of value. Investors should also keep an eye on the smart money movements. If exchange outflows continue to rise while the price stays flat, it could be a sign of a massive accumulation phase before a major breakout. Another key factor to watch is the regulatory environment, as any new talk of crypto regulation could impact the liquidity of meme-inspired assets. What to watch specifically in the coming days is the supply signal data. Any recovery in the burn rate above the 10 million tokens per day mark would be a bullish sign for the community. Despite the potential for a recovery, there are significant red flags that cannot be ignored. Cautionary reports have recently reiterated a bearish stance, noting that Shiba Inu has lost over 90% of its value since its 2021 peak and faces intense competition from newer, more innovative projects. The declining burn rate is a clear warning sign that the project's primary marketing tool may be losing its edge. Additionally, the mixed on-chain signals suggest a lack of clear direction, which can lead to increased volatility and fake-outs in the market. Investors should be aware that the reliance on community sentiment makes the token highly susceptible to social media trends, which can change overnight. There is also the risk that the upcoming Layer 3 developments may not live up to the hype, leading to a sell-the-news event that could drive the price even lower. A balanced view requires acknowledging the technical challenges while remaining open to the possibility of a long-term turnaround. Risk management and diversification are essential for anyone holding Shiba Inu, as the potential for high returns is always balanced by the risk of significant losses in such a volatile asset class. The charts are moving and the community is watching every single tick. Whether this declining burn rate is a temporary lull or a sign of a deeper trend remains to be seen. One thing is certain: Shiba Inu never stays quiet for long. Stay tuned as we continue to track the whales and the burns. What do you think? Is the moon finally in sight? Let us know below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.